everyone. So annually in Ghana, farmers across the 16 regions are celebrated for their hard work, contributing to food and employment in the country. This year is no exception. This is the 39th edition of the National Farmers Day. And the Ghanaian farmer, as usual, we are here at the Ministry of Food and Agriculture to interact with farmers who are here to exhibit. It's a whole 5-day program leading to the grand celebration. And our first stand is farming in Africa. We are here to find out more about them. They are popular on YouTube. So we're here to find out what they do and how people can actually do business with them. Standing next to me is Christine. She is with Farming in Africa. Christine, thanks for joining me.
Thank you, Anyana, for having me.
What's your full name?
My name is Christine Akpene Afram.
And what do you do in Farming in Africa?
Okay, in Farming in Africa, I am the Sales and Customer Experience Manager.
Okay. When we say Farming in Africa or Sementia Farms, what are you people into?
All right, thank you. At Farming in Africa, we are specializing into livestock farming. We want to change the narrative about livestock farming in West Africa, because when you take the African continent, when you go to the eastern side of Africa and the southern side of Africa, they are far ahead of us in livestock breeding. So we want to close this gap in West Africa as well. So that is what we are into.
Okay. So what kind of livestock do you import from the Eastern Africa to Ghana?
All right, from Eastern Africa, we are not importing livestock from there, but we are bringing grasses or feed from that side to help improve the farming experience in West Africa. But the livestock we import, we bring from southern parts of Africa, which is South Africa.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So let's talk about the alternative feed you people are introducing into the livestock space. What are these feed and what is it called?
Okay. Even before I talk about the feed, I have to say a little about the background of it.
That's okay.
We have realized that in West Africa here, especially during the drought season, our farmers find it difficult to feed their animals. So you have them straying away or roaming.
Looking for feed.
Yes. To just get themselves fed and satisfied so they can keep the business running. We have seen this as one of the major challenges facing the industry. So we have decided to introduce grasses that can stand the drought season in West Africa. And this my CEO did by traveling all the way to other countries that are advanced in this livestock breeding business. And we have imported seeds that we grow during the rainy season, and they are able to stand the drought season.
Okay.
So
talking about seed, is that what we're talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
This seed I have here is called the Sementia grass seed.
Okay.
When you plant it, it grows into a grass that the animals love so much.
Okay.
And this grass is so high in nutritional values. It has about up to 18% of protein, and this is very good for the animals. And during the dry season, during the Harmattan period, when other grasses are all dried off, this grass is still very fresh.
Okay.
So we have a L&D farm where we have planted acres of this seed on our land.
Okay.
And during the dry season, we send our animals there and they graze. So we have an all year round grazing field for our animals.
Okay. So talking about the grass seeds that you're talking about, is it something that you plant and transplant? Or how is it done?
All right, we have different methods of planting it, and that depends on which is convenient for you, the farmer.
All right.
We have the method of nursing and transplanting.
Nursing and transplanting.
Yes, or direct planting.
Okay.
Yes.
So among these two, which one is more easier to do? Nursing, transplanting, or direct planting? Which one is more easier?
Okay, for a farmer, I would say direct planting is easier because you're doing it once and that does it.
Yeah.
But there are so many advantages that comes with that and disadvantages as well.
Okay.
Yes.
So the nursing, for instance, how long does it take before you transplant it?
Well, when you nurse, I think by 4 weeks they are already grown.
Okay.
Yes, by 8 weeks you should have transplanted.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. So how long does it take to be fully matured for you to actually start harvesting and feeding your goats?
After planting, by 12 weeks, you should have your first harvest.
Okay.
Yes.
Is it harvested just once?
No, you harvest, and after about 4 weeks, it's grown back again.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you feed the animals fresh or dry?
It also depends on you, the farmer.
Okay.
The animals can feed on it fresh, and they can also feed on it dry.
Okay.
So, as you can see, we even have bundles of hay here.
dry one?
Yes.
Okay.
We allow animals to graze on it fresh, but we also cut it and dry and bale them for
Okay.
them to feed on as dried
All right.
hay.
Let's talk about the breeds we have here. How many breeds do we have here?
We have
Different types.
We have 3 different breeds of goats here.
Okay.
We have the Kalahari Red, the Boer goats, and then the Savannah goats.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So these are they all feeding on the same hay?
Yes.
They all feed on it.
Yes, they feed on this hay, and we also produce a special livestock feed for them.
All right.
Yeah.
What is so unique about feeding on this versus the normal or the usual grass that livestock feed on?
Okay. So, like I said earlier, the grasses we have around are not high in protein contents.
Yeah.
Their protein contents are very low. But this grass, the sementia grass, is high in protein.
Okay.
So when they feed on it, they get more protein that makes them grow big.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right then. So are you selling this one and how much is it going for?
Yes, this bundle of hay is going for 150 cedis.
150. Oh, it's easy.
Yes.
So it's easy, Kra. Do you have a space in Accra where you a showroom kind of, or we have to come all the way to Bono before we can get some to buy?
No, we have a shop in Achimota.
Okay.
Yes, and we have these hays there as well that we sell to
Okay.
people who order them.
Right. How about the seed?
Yes, we have the seeds also in our agro store in Achimota.
And how much is this one going for? The 1 kg.
This is 1 kg and it goes for 1,000 cedis.
Okay, so if I'm planting an acre of this, how many of the 1 kg do I need?
You need just one
Just
for
one.
1 acre, yes.
Okay. And that's it.
Yes.
Is it just once or after planting every season I have to go and buy a new one?
No, it's just once.
If I buy this seed once, that's it.
Yes, you can even uproot part of it.
Yeah.
It broadens, so you can
Okay.
uproot part of it,
Right.
cut off the leaf and replant again.
Oh really?
Yes.
Okay, so that green one I saw, is it how it is when it's fresh?
Yes.
Right? Okay, so how long does it take to dry to look this way?
It depends on the sunshine.
Okay.
Yes, it can take
Uh-huh.
a few days
Right.
to dry well.
Okay.
Yes, but it doesn't have to be too dried before you bale it.
Okay.
Yes.
How should it? What should be the texture if I'm drying it?
It should be dried, but it shouldn't also be too dried. So the texture should be, I would say,
Semi.
yeah, it should be semi-dried. Yeah.
All right, and then at what temperature do I keep it? I mean, after I harvest grain and I'm drying it, how should I finally store it or where?
It should be stored at under room temperature.
Room temperature.
Yes.
Okay.
But it should be kept from wetness.
Okay.
Yes, because when it comes into contact with moisture,
Right.
it destroys it.
Really?
Yes.
So if water touches it, it will destroy the whole thing.
Yes.
So in that case, it means it has to be kept at a total dry base.
Yes.
That there will be no, contact with water and all that.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So viewers, you're still watching the Ghanaian Farmer. My name is Enyunam, and as I said early on, the whole of this week, or remember, every first week in the month of December, annually, we celebrate farmers in Ghana. And this year, we are celebrating farmers in the Western region. However, there is a whole 5-day exhibition happening here in the Ministry of Food and Agriculture. And it's the AgriFest 2023. There are a lot of agricultural companies here. And so our first stop is Farming in Africa and Sementia Farm. They are the same brand. They are into farming and providing alternative feed for livestock farmers here in Ghana or in Africa. So if you're out there, this is your first time hearing about this unique feed, you want to look for them. That is if you're into goat. Yes, that reminds me. Goat, sheep, pig, cow, can they all eat?
Yes. It's good for all livestock. Even rabbits,
Hey.
grass cutters,
Hey.
they are all good.
Hey,
To eat this.
There are grass cutter farmers, you are not left out. Rabbit farmers, you are not left out. You can equally come and buy. They will be here from today to the next 5 days. Other than that too, you can find them on social media. They are very relevant on social media. You can find them there. get in touch with them and do business with them. So we are leaving you. What will be your last words to people who are watching you? Those who have for the first time heard about your special feed you have for livestock.
Okay, before I let you go, I think I want to talk a little about another feed we have.
Okay.
We have a livestock feed,
Okay.
which we prepare from this grass.
Okay.
And
Is it this
also,
one?
yes.
All right.
So we
Okay.
pelletize it, and this has so many minerals added to it,
Okay.
and other constituents as well. It is rich
Right.
in nutrients because it has vitamins, it has minerals, it has salts, it has a lot more than just the grass gives.
Okay.
Yes. And we are, like I said earlier, we are changing the narrative about livestock farming. So we are doing this to help our animals get the nutrients they don't get. Reason your goat goes out to eat rubber and dies off. When you get this feed, your animal is not going to leave you. It will go and come back knocking on your door because it has something valuable
That brings it back
gets.
home.
Yes.
Okay, so that's Christine. I'll be asking or getting the CEO to join me to share one or two words before we wrap up on this interview. Thank you so much. I'll be right back after this. Fred joins me right after Christine goes on. Thank you. Thanks for staying. If you're watching the Ghanaian Farmer on Joy Prime, my name is Zenyonam, and we are still chit-chatting with Farming in Africa and Samensha Farm. It's the same brand actually. Samensha Farms Farming in Africa is the same brand. Standing that to me is the brain behind this whole revolution happening in the livestock sector. So let's find out from him what motivated him to actually reduce the stress of livestock farmers going around looking for feed for their animals. Fred, thanks for joining me.
Thanks.
So, like I just said,
Yeah.
what actually inspired you to bring this revolution into the space of livestock farming?
I think I have always been an animal lover, but I didn't tap into that because I did it as a kid. I used to have rabbits as a kid. The reason why I went into this was because I'm naturally a social entrepreneur. I like to solve problems. So I have built a school in my community, and when I moved back to Ghana, I realized that the school wasn't feeding the kids with enough protein. So I decided to start a farm to feed the school. And as I went into it, I realized that this is a sector that is not tapped, that a lot of innovation is not brought into it. Everybody that goes into farming goes into crops and leaving the livestock hanging. So I just decided, hey, what can I do? So I went back to Mexico, visited some farm, went to Brazil, and said, this is the solution. And there we go.
How long has it been since you started this initiative?
5 years.
5 years.
Yes.
How difficult or easy was it for you convincing livestock farmers that this is actually the best for your animals instead of roaming looking for feed for them? How easy or difficult was that for you?
I think for farmers, they do understand because every livestock farmer's issue is when their cattle, their goats goes out there, they are exposed to diseases, they are exposed to theft, you know, their thief steals them. There's so many. So that problem exists, but the solution didn't exist. So it was very easy telling them what the solution was. What was difficult was the community that I was in. People went crazy of me planting grass. People even said, asked my mom if I was cursed. Why is she paying us to plant grass? You know, we have grass all over. But once they start seeing the benefit of it and started calling my cows and goats, oh, we are brothel goats, we are brothel cow. Then they started putting price on it, right? And when I wanted to actually sold my cows, I sold about 170 cows in 2 days. Because everybody knew how I've treated them and the fact that they were different. So even the butchers wanted, but I was like, no, it's for breeding. And I had farmers all over Ghana come and pick them out. So that's the essence of doing quality stuff. So I think for livestock farmers, they are coming around, and now we're trying our best to help them throughout the value chain of livestock farming.
What kind of soil is good for planting this grass?
So we're lucky in Africa, every soil grow. I always advise against, watery soil. But I went to Tamale a few months ago and actually saw a woman who is planting this in a waterlogged area, and it has grown to my height. So I was like, okay, I'm sorry. I guess it works there. So Africa, we're blessed. Every land. I've never seen anybody who has gotten this grass and say it didn't grow. Unless maybe they kept it in a very humid place and then affected the seed. But everywhere you put it, it grows. But you have challenges. Your lizards will eat it. Your squirrels will eat it. My mom planted it at our farm, and guess what happened? All the chicken ate them. Yes.
Chicken
So
to the
every
complete
yes, so
goat.
everybody will eat them.
Right.
So that's your problem. But once it's able to grow, then you're good to go.
Okay, then my last question would be,
Yeah.
is it planted all year round, or there are some special seasons
Mm-hmm.
I have to wait maybe for the rainfall, then I plant, or any time of the year when I buy the seed, I can just go ahead and do it?
Yeah. So just like we human, we
Yeah.
need food and we need water.
Okay.
So when you plant it in the dry season, you have to water it.
Okay.
Once it's established, the reason why I chose to bring this grass is because it's drought resistant.
Okay.
Meaning that in the dry season, when all grass around you are brown,
Yeah.
they still stays green.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
So hopefully you can visit our farm
Right.
somewhere in the dry
Okay.
season and you can see it
See
for
it for
yourself,
myself.
right? But
Okay.
that's why we brought it here.
Right.
Of course, in the dry season when you cut it, it's not going to grow as fast as in the rainy season, but you're still going to get your green grass that
Okay.
you can cut and feed.
Okay. So how many times do I harvest when it's fully mature?
So once it's matured, you harvest it at 4 feet,
Okay.
and the moment you've harvested 4 weeks time, it
will
grows
grow
back,
again.
and then you cut it, and then it
Also,
grows.
how many-
It can last up to 11 years.
Huh?
Yes. So in a year, if you're managing it well, you can harvest it maybe more than even 12, 15 times.
Does it need any fertilizer?
No, we've never applied any fertilizer. Just natural.
I just want your store, because if I buy one, I will not come back again.
The goal here is to make sure that farmers get the support they need,
Okay.
and we can stop them from moving from expensive farming to
Right.
intensive. That's the only way we can start doing livestock farming commercially.
Okay.
If you're roaming, how many cows, how many goats can you have roaming? But if you're able to have the source of feed, then the sky is your limit.
Okay. How different are these breeds from the local ones we have in Ghana?
Number one, the weight.
Okay.
So the average West African dwarf is about 15 kg.
Okay.
And average, these goats are weighing about 98, 110 kg.
Wow.
So a farmer, your value is from the weight of your goats
Okay.
or your cattle,
Okay.
right? Even if the butcher is coming to buy, he will look at the size and give you a price, right? So the pain is a livestock farmer in South Africa will sell this goat for $5,000, but a local livestock farmer, the highest you can sell your goat is 1,000 cedis. God is going to judge us. The same wisdom, the same amount of time, the same rainfall, the
Right.
same mindset.
Okay.
But somebody is like 100 times higher than you.
Right.
So how do we get there? How do we add value to our livestock?
Right.
That's why we started with goat, because they are the easiest. Once you're done with goat, now we can move into pigs, we can move into cattle
All
and
right.
start improving all those genetics.
Okay, so that's right. If I leave him, he can talk the whole day. All
I'm
right?
sorry, you know that.
So if anything, livestock, you should talk to him. How do we find you on social media?
Farming in Africa on TikTok, on YouTube, everywhere. We're also located in Achimota. You can visit our agro shop. It's by the Achimota DVLA. Our farm is in the Bono region. If you want inspiration, if you've been thinking about this, come over. Our goal is to inspire as many livestock farmers as we can.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you for watching. And this is how we call it today. It's been a while I've been chasing this man to come and talk to me. But thank God he has done it. But hey, the truth is, if you're looking for the expert to help you expand or scale up your production, especially in line of livestock, you should talk to Farming in Africa. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you some other time. Bye.
Thank you.